Hey guys, Tony here. Hope you're doing well. It is Thursday, March 14th. Hope you're holding strong in this new asset class that is cryptocurrencies. I have some very big news to share with you guys. This is, of course, not financial or investment advice. If you're not subscribed, hit that subscribe button. Also, smash the like button. Guys, we got news that the CBOE is halting all new Bitcoin futures contracts. This is great news because, as you know, it's a double-edged sword with the CBOE because when they launched, back in 2017, it brought in new interest in crypto, right? A lot of different other folks who would not have thought of investing in crypto, but it's on paper. So they don't actually have to own the Bitcoin, which is not good. However, that's what Bakkt and ErisX is looking to do. They're going to bring physically backed or settled futures contracts. So they actually have to have the Bitcoin, right? Or the other, whichever, Ethereum, XRP, whatever it may be. That's good. It means they have to buy it and hold it, right? And the CBOE said the existing contracts that are in place right now are going to continue until June, but there will be no new contracts. So they had an official statement published today, guys. So let me read it for you here. CFE is not adding a CBOE Bitcoin futures contracts for trading in March 2019. CFE is assessing its approach and with respect to how it plans to continue to offer digital asset derivatives for trading, while it considers its next steps. CFE does not currently intend to list additional XBT futures contracts for trading. So I think this is bullish news. This is great because a lot of folks were, of course, betting on how the price would move and, if it would go down and so forth. So I think it's a good sign. I would rather the physically settled futures from Bakkt and ErisX. So this is a good sign, guys. This is a very good sign. Now, moving ahead, Bitfury integration to bring Bitcoin Lightning payments to more merchants. So as you know, the Lightning Network, Bitcoin desperately needs a Lightning Network because its utility is really not good compared to the other cryptos out there, right? Even like Litecoin, Ethereum, and others are faster than Bitcoin, even though they themselves are not that fast. So it is great to see that the Lightning Network is being pushed forward because you need more merchants and apps and services to adopt it so people can actually leverage it, right? And it has to be at scale. It has to be global. And we heard from Jack Dorsey, the founder and CEO of Square with the Cash App, that they were going to integrate it, and we need to see more folks do it as well. So the Bitfury group has partnered with business payments processor HadPay, I hope I pronounced that correctly, to bring the Lightning Network Bitcoin-based Bitcoin payments to merchants in the US, Canada, and EU. Bitfury announced Thursday that it has integrated its web-based Lightning Network Peach Merchant API with HadPay's platform, or HadPay's, I should pronounce it that way, allowing businesses to accept payments over the Lightning Network and improve the efficiency and lowering costs of Bitcoin transactions. So this is great for Bitcoin. Let's see how it grows at scale, as more and more of these businesses use it, but Bitcoin desperately needs it because the transaction speeds, the costs all are horrible. And that's why there's, these other like XRP is like it is like the fastest out there. And then of course Stellar Lumens and so forth. So Bitcoin is way, way behind, as far as transactions per second and costs. So great update here for the adoption of Bitcoin. Now, moving ahead, Republican leader McCarthy proposes blockchain transparency in government. This is important because we've been talking about the Token Taxonomy Act. Warren Davidson, Darren Soto, Tom Emmer, and all these handful of representatives and congressmen who are trying their best to push forward, blockchain and crypto and helping the dinosaurs, so to speak, or the people who don't get it within Congress and government to understand we need to put out regulatory clarity. We need to get this market moving, right? Well, we have, another representative here. So Kevin McCarthy, the Republican leader of the U.S. House of Representatives, has called for an exploration to see if blockchain can make the U.S. government more efficient and transparent. In a speech before the Select Committee of the Modernization of Congress on Tuesday, McCarthy said the blockchain is revolutionizing the security of the financial industry and that it can also help transform the transparency of our own legislative process. So uh, obviously he's not directly talking about crypto, but obviously crypto leverages blockchain, and he's talking about how it's revolutionizing the financial industry. And the more that these people understand about and they get educated about blockchain and crypto, the better. It's great to see these things are happening. This is the process, right? To It's like if you go back to like 1993, 94, and some congressman's talking about here's the internet and here's what we can do. It's already doing this, right? And we have to provide regulatory clarity. The analogy can be made very easy here, but it's great that these things are happening, and we have some folks who are leading the charge. So this is excellent. And I always tell you guys, watch what the big money's doing and watch what the governments are doing. And they're both on the path to establish this new asset class and, of course, establish blockchain as well. Now, speaking of governments, Russia adopts digital rights law that forms the basis of digital economy development. So we had talked about President Putin putting pressure on the government and telling them they need to provide the regulations for digital assets, for crypto. And it looks like Russia is looking to move ahead. So Russia's parliament, the State Duma, has voted to enact new digital rights legislation in October. Now, sucks that it's all the way in October, but at least we have some sort of date here. So it says October this year, according to a press release on the Duma's official website on March 12th. The changes to Russia's civil codex pass their third and final Duma reading on Tuesday. The law reportedly establishes the concept of digital rights in Russian legislation with the addition of News Article 141.1 of the Civil Code of the Russian Federation. The law determines how digital rights can be exercised and transferred, as well as establish rules for digital transactions, including contracts. So progress being made here, guys. And let's see here. I'm trying to make sure I get you the respective quotes. So a guy from a senior partner, at a Moscow-based legal firm said the following: "Of course, the current project has flaws that could lead to ambiguity in some areas determining the legal nature of cryptocurrencies and mining, as well as several other aspects." And then he says, however, it's worth noting that Russia has gone down the route of China or India, which have selected a prohibitive approach to digital assets. So at least it's not perfect, but at least they're moving in the right direction. And let's see how things are going to be tweaked. Of course, we're very early, but it's at least great to see that they're making these moves. We continue to see ICE, which is the Intercontinental Exchange, the parent company of Bakkt, right? Continue to flex their muscles here about their crypto data feed. We saw their video, they have their on their website, and now they're tweeting all the respective cryptos. And of course, they have XRP and Sia Coin and 10X and many others. So this is great. Once again, this is not coming from some random company or startup. This is an established financial firm, guys. So big things are ahead. And speaking of stock exchanges, Thai Stock Exchange building digital assets platform for 2020 launch. It's amazing to see stock exchanges and banks getting involved in crypto. The writing is on the wall that you see these folks are getting involved. So let's see here. Their digital assets platform expects to go live next year, saying it is ready for digital transformation. The SET, as they will call it, the Stock Exchange of Thailand, announced Wednesday that it will work closely and collectively with all stakeholders in the country's capital market to build a new ecosystem that would support digital assets. I'm not even going to pronounce this guy's name, but the president of the SET said that the exchange's 3-year strategic plan for 2019 through 2021 would focus on developing a digital infrastructure platform and a one-stop digital capital market. Amazing, guys. It's happening globally, and this is why the opportunity of cryptocurrencies is so great, because it's not just a few markets, it's global, and all these countries are all racing to set up their services. Obviously you still have some pushback from some government officials, but we are seeing the majority of countries are moving ahead and setting up services, and it's not coming specifically from crypto exchanges. It's coming from existing financial behemoths, right, or these established firms and corporate giants. Like here in the United States, Fidelity, TD Ameritrade, ICE, right? In Thailand, a stock exchange, right? And you're seeing it in Switzerland and in Sweden as well, and these other countries. So very big things ahead. Now, it looks like we got some folks who are obviously worried about crypto, the banks, that is. So the Basel community or Basel community warns that cryptocurrencies pose a risk to banks. So the fact that crypto is growing so much and being adopted, a lot of these banks are scared. Perfect example is JP Morgan, right? Smoke and mirrors on their part. Jamie Dimon saying Bitcoin is trash, it's scam, blah, blah, blah. Then they go and launch their own coin. So if it's that further validates, right? It validates crypto and the disruptive technology, the potential of this technology. So the Basel Committee on Banking Supervision, a group of international banking authorities, has warned that the growth of cryptos poses a number of risks to banks and global financial stability. The committee, part of the Bank of International Settlements, widely considered the central bank of central banks, published a statement on Wednesday saying the potential risks of banks include liquidity, credit, and market risk, operational risk, including fraud and cyber risk, money laundering and terrorist financing risk, and legal reputation risk. Well, that's already happening, so I don't know what they're talking about with all these banks getting fines. These things are already happening with fiat, so it's kind of BS that they would say, oh, cryptocurrencies is going to bring these risks. It's already happening, so I don't know what they're trying to say here. But although banks currently have very limited direct exposure to cryptos, institutions should still, at a minimum, carry out extensive due diligence and disclose any exposure to crypto assets to minimize risks. So obviously, they're trying to sound the alarm here, and this shows where we're headed. It's growing so much, and they see these big institutions getting in, so they're trying to maybe put a damper on it or trying to get banks not to use it. But this is the future, and they're going to get disrupted. There's no way around it. Finally, guys, DX Exchange, as you guys know, had went live a few months back, and they, were the first to essentially offer digital stocks. Well, we have news here. Crypto platform DX Exchange adds secondary trading for security tokens. So they're based in Estonia. They had a soft launch in January. They announced today the exchange now allows companies to list their security tokens previously issued on other platforms. Institutional investors in Europe can purchase the tokens on the exchange for fiat, Bitcoin, Ether, Tether, and XRP. However, to start with, only one such coin will be listed on DX Exchange. It's a native IGWT token. Eventually, the platform's co-founder Daniel Skaranci told CoinDesk the company will roll out its own technology for asset tokenization, but for now it will facilitate the trading of existing security tokens. So this is what we've been talking about a lot, guys. If you've been subscribed to this channel, the evolution of this is going to be from crypto to obviously we have ICOs and stuff to STOs, security token offerings, where you're going to have a lot of tokenization taking place. So real estate, different commodities and so forth getting tokenized, and stocks getting tokenized and all of that good stuff. So this is the future. And if you guys recall, the stocks like Tesla, Google, Facebook, Amazon, and so forth are going to be issued as ERC20 tokens. So that's why I'm still bullish on Ethereum, guys. So anyway, guys, a lot of news here, a lot of important stuff. And what do you think? I want to hear your thoughts and comments. Leave them below. Thumbs up if you like this video. Please subscribe if you haven't already. Don't forget to follow me on Facebook and Twitter. Links in the description. Thank you for your support, and I'll talk to you all later.